Welcome to Misery Zone. This is the first inaugural episode of the Misery Show. And a funny story, and this will be me, Kurt Burdick, maker of War and Walter PPKs, I think. I think that's what it is. Binoculars, and making a bootleg Death of Superman comic called Death of Power. That's pretty much all I do. And I am now living as a G.I. Joe figure from the 60s. Wah! Fuck you! Wah, 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 wah. So yeah, actually, funny story. And this is the Misery Show, so this is, I think, appropriate, actually, kind of suiting. I was already recording for about 30 minutes. And guess what? I wasn't recording. Well, how'd you like that? Oh, isn't that great? Yeah, that sucked. So anyways, I'm gonna be doing I guess I'm gonna just go over everything again. Let's see if it's still recording. All right, very good. I am going to be doing a digital inking demo, but it's not like any other digital inking demo you have ever seen. Because I don't think anyone's ever shown you how to use a Wacom tablet to do digital inking in Photoshop this way. So yeah, I have my keyboard, which technically, if this was going to be useful, I'd at least show some of the fucking keyboard so you can see what hotkeys I'm hitting. But I would have to angle the camera. I got this set up, so you might be able to tell which hotkeys I'm hitting by the sound. So okay. So, anyways, I just hit R. I'm rotating. Oh yeah, you're not seeing the screen. Well, but you're seeing the articulation of my hands, which is important because hands are strong. Yeah, so that's this digital inking demo. Yeah, that's right. And basically using keyboard and I've been using my fucking desktop that has a keyboard and monitor that I'm looking at. Most useful tutorial on YouTube. Well, more or less, I think. I don't know. I'm getting something out of it, I think, maybe. But anyways, so yeah, this is a Wacom Intuos Pro 5. I think that's what it says. I think they might have changed the name to just Intuos Pro now. Yes, they don't call it the 5. It's just Intuos Pro. Large. It's large. Yeah. And so this is the Misery Show, which is going to be, in theory, just me doing a vlog of stuff while I draw. I mean, that's roughly it. So it was just for me to, I was thinking to do something akin to a stream, but not having to deal with any human interactions, because I get nervous. People are frightening, and I can't read, so uh, that would be embarrassing. Anyways, so yeah, I've been working on Death of Power 5. No, fuck, 7. I've been working on Death of Power 7, and it's been going good. I have about 5 pages left to do on the line art. So I tend to do the line art first, and then I do the coloring. And if I decide to actually do this again, this misery show again, I'm going to, probably actually give one of, I'll be drawing in the pencil cleanup, or in pencils to, while informing you, doing an update. I think that's what it's called. So this is a Kurt Burdick update. God damn it. Don't fuck with me. Boom. This is really nice toy here. So this toy actually I did get when I was drawing Fey Archaic, which was my fantasy lizard fairy, crime noir. And the main character was the Autumn Sailor. And for drawing some of the folds and getting some of the lighting, and mainly used for like foreshortening, because I have a hard time sometimes visualizing foreshortened limbs. So like this is really actually useful. I got it specifically because of this coat and pants, to help mimic the folds, give me an idea of how that character would look at a certain angle. It was really useful. I mean, I didn't use it that often, but it these old G.I. Joe figures are pretty interesting to just study. It does help, it's something that is like, get these like little leg folds is really, really, really valuable. And these 6-inch figures, are really useful miniatures. Like it does mimic like a larger items, like an actual jacket pretty well. Yeah, it's cool. And if I was actually painting, which I want to get back into painting too, hopefully I'll be able to do another painting for the next Kickstarter. I just need to manage my time correctly so I can do that. But I do have a painting planned out so I know what I want to paint. And right now I'm trying heavy body acrylics. That's what I did the last painting in. And it was really, I tend to hate acrylics, but the heavy body, better quality, higher end acrylics worked a lot better than the shit I was used to working. So, but that's just to say, even if I have the time, I've been pretty busy with a lot of stuff actually. With work, my actual day job, and some personal matters with family, and just having to talk to people, which most people say friends. That's what people call them, which is fun. I mean, I've been more social actually lately than I usually am. So it's just it comes down to time management. It's super fun and hanging out with people, and it's you really I mean, you need it. You need to talk to people, unfortunately. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I definitely need my alone time. I grew up pretty well. I grew up, like a little penguin searching for its penguin mom. No, that's a lie. Neither. I wasn't searching, and I wasn't a penguin. Full disclosure. Gun. Um, what am I talking about? Shit. I gotta complain about. So the previous fucking recording was actually pretty damn good. I was like riffing, I was like talking about all this shit, and then I fucking looked over and the goddamn red light. Guess what? It was not on. It was not on. It decided nope, and then I like looked at my fucking iPhone and it's like fucking off. I was like, and then I accidentally knocked out one of the chords. But you know what? That's not my fault. It's these fucking designers designing chords. And you know what? Fuck them. I mean, obviously a chord's gonna come out if it's designed that way. Yeah, so I'm hoping you're getting something out of this demo. Yeah. And let me talk a little bit more about the next Death of Power. What else is... So yeah, I do have 5 pages. Initially, when the first Death of Power was, popular or popular enough to continue, and I decided to do the whole, do the maxi series of Death of Power. 12 issue maxi series, Death of Power. When I decided to do that, I was really, really hoping that I would be able to be on a quarterly schedule. Now, quarterly, that is 4. Or no, it's every... Shit. How do I... You know what? I actually know nothing. I can't explain what a fucking... How do you explain what a quarter? I guess quarter, so there's 1. You break 1 up into quarter... 125%. Ah, Jesus Christ, what the fuck am I doing? Oh, my Lord. But yeah, a quarter. It is interesting, though. Like, actually trying to describe something from a vantage point of being a moron. It's difficult. Yeah, you know? That's right. That's right, Joe. What was I saying? So, yeah. So I'm doing a digital inking demo, and oh yeah, I was talking about my ambition of what I was hoping to be able to accomplish, and getting a book out every 3 months was my initial goal. Fortunately, I mean, I wasn't able to get it to 4 months, but I mean 3 months, but every 4 months I've been able to do, like, so. But I want to get that down to 3 months. Ideally, it'd be great if I could do a bi-monthly book. If I could get one of these books out bi-monthly, I'd be really, really, proud of myself. Isn't that right? I'd be proud. I wouldn't do something I'd regret. But yeah, maybe I'll be able to get there. I'm trying to look at it as, almost like going, bench pressing, which I've done like 4 times in my life. And honestly, those were bench presses with a machine, like the bench press machine. I think maybe once I did it, like I held the bar, and I believe the hand that you want this hand position, and you hold the bar and you go like this. You go, hoo, oh, oh, hoo, oh, with the bar there. Yep, that's the world. Ooh, look at that, Superman. The new James Gunn Superman movie looks like it's gonna be really really good. I'm pretty excited about it. I think James Gunn is a really fun director. I've always been a fan of his work from his Trauma days. And yeah, just it is also always great to see someone who comes from schlock like Trauma films and then becomes you know, big mainstream director. That's happened a number of times now with Sam Raimi, Peter Jackson, and James Gunn. They're like they're like the three amigos. What a yeah, come on, eh. Okay, yeah. So, anyways, um, so yeah, that's it. The thing with issue 7, it was initially I was really hoping for this next Kickstarter, which I'm planning on launching, May or May end of May, beginning of June. That's the target date I have, and we'll see if I can get there. Hopefully, I can. Initially, though, for that Kickstarter, I wanted to have 7 and 8 completed. Um, and you, but it looks like I'm just gonna have 7 done. I mean, I'm pretty, there's a lot of challenging drawing that in this next issue, in issue 7. Really excited about it, just from a learning perspective of like really kind of pushing myself to drawing things I'm, uncomfortable with or feel insecure about. Like, there's going to be a lot of perspective and machinery in this next issue. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's coming out. I'm pretty happy with how it's looking so far. I'm just trying to maintain that kind of critical eye on it right now. Uh, yeah, so I mean, it can always look better, but I'm like really happy with how it's coming out so far. And so I think I have 5 pages left to draw, with my pencil cleanup method. So it'd be like 5 more pages of line art, and then it'll be the coloring stage. And the coloring might be a little bit more complicated. I might be having to do a little bit more effects in the coloring than I usually do. But it does seem like that's becoming more and more of a habit, where I have to do a little bit more elaborate coloring techniques, just because I'm dealing with a lot more fantastical, special effects oriented imagery, like dealing with my version of the fourth world, and the galactic, scope of this warped masturbatory. Ha 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 ha. Is that wrong? I don't know. Is this video banned now? Well, I don't care. Ooh. Yeah. Well, maybe I'll cut that out. That was a little inappropriate. That was bad, Joe. Bad Joe. You bad, Joe. And what was I talking about? Oh God. Man. But anyways, so the book is coming along. The coloring will be a little bit more complex. I did want issues 7 and 8 to come out at the same time. I just think it'd probably be a better read. but you know, you have to work within your limitations, and looks like um, that's not going to happen. But I'm still going at it, trying my best to balance my day job with some of my other commitments that I have. Um, yeah. So what else? Oh, there is a couple. I know the a Don Simpson Kickstarter is going to be launching soon. Fuck it, I, I'm I think it's coming up in a couple months. I would actually have to have prepared and had looked looked at the email. But anyways, I did a drawing for it. It's the next It's going to be called Multimensionals. It's a Don Simpson's Megaton Man um like comic where he has different cartoonists do a page or a comic. It's really cool. I'm excited for it, and I was super honored to be able to be a part of it, and yeah, it's just really exciting for me, and to also be able to get feedback and critiques from Don Simpson's. It was just super rad. Fucking that was like a pretty pretty fun. I mean, I think Don Simpson's is one of the best cartoonists of his generation, and yeah, so it was a real honor to be a part of that project. And there's a bunch of other people that I know that Don Simpson's worked with, and so yeah, it's gonna be cool. But yeah, I think there's gonna be two Kickstarters. One is reprinting the originals, I think, as a graphic novel, and this new one that's gonna be coming up. Um, I could be wrong. I at best know I'm conscious of about maybe 85% of what's going on around me. And I'm able to communicate at least 50% of that 85% to other living sentient people. Um, yeah. I mean, I guess like if you're sentient, right? And living, that's cool. But if you're sentient and non-living, you're a ghost. I think that's a full-on, the only way to talk to that is with a Ouija board. And that's scary. Um and yeah. So, oh yeah, I am with this next Kickstarter. I was really hoping to be able to get the book done faster than I have been able to do it. But yeah, it's nerve-wracking to see some of the stuff that you're kind of dependent on get harmed. Like for self-publishers, these, you know, I don't even want to say it because I fucking hate the world. The tariff stuff is just, you know, almost all the comics are printed in, overseas, either in China, South Korea, and then Canada, and also that also includes the paper is also made. I think a lot of our paper comes from Canada, and probably overseas too. I'm making that assumption. I don't know that for a fact, but either way, for a lot of publishers, and not just comic book publishers, but book publishers, because they're under the same model, this could really, really be damaging. Um, you know, and the costs of just printing, I'm worried it'll rise. I this next issue I've did raise the price a couple dollars, just to match inflation and stuff the best I can. It's not like I fucking, did calculus and figured out, oh, this is how much I have to raise it. It just, things are a little bit more expensive. So um, I had to raise the book, and also the shipping prices have gone up a little bit. But that's another concern is, I buy my packaging material, that stuff could go up. And then, if, I have been wanting to reprint because it's out of print, Fey Archaic, but for a graphic novel like that, I would the most affordable option is to print overseas, and we'll see how that develops, because I'm sure these large companies in China will be able to figure out how to just set up a factory in Vietnam or something like that. But yeah, so that's just me speculating. um but yeah, it's a huge concern. And then when they start talking about getting rid of the USPS, it's just insanity. Like, that would hurt every small business in America, in every town, and also affect every residence. I mean, I don't understand this cult of commercialization that everything has to be a fucking privatized. Oh, god damn it. All right. So this is what you do when someone tries to attack you and you have a gun. So someone is trying to punch you like this. Hoo! Hoo! But you have a gun. This is what you do. And either his hand gets blown off, or it's his head. And you just hear and this is all based off video games and movies. So I imagine it sounds like a watermelon getting smashed. Yeah, so so I do have some anxieties about that shit, for sure. I'm sure a lot of people do, and if they don't, they will. I just, I think our postal service is just so important, and I think our cult of, the government doesn't work, but corporations do, has to fucking change. Come on. What, you think fucking corporations are efficient? Fuck off. It's just so dumb. It's so dumb. What did they have to? What is their incentive? Making money. If they can make money being less efficient, they will. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about anybody. Maybe like, they're like, maybe there's some dumb fuck who's like, AI is going to be the soul of capitalism. Capitalism will be a being, or some. But that's how Galactus is made. That's that big guy with like the little silver surfer, and he eats worlds. What a perfect. Yeah, maybe Galactus is just a metaphor for laissez-faire capitalism. And not that I know anything about anything, but free Luigi is all I'm saying. Whee! Oh my god. Yeah, what a crazy fucking time to be alive. Unless, you're a ghost. And if you're technically, yeah, okay, so you're not living, right? You're but if you have consciousness, aren't you alive? So all these dumb fucks trying to make a server gain sentience, um, which, whatever. I highly doubt it's going to happen. At least in the way that people think, and I highly doubt it's going to happen anytime soon. Come at me, bro. That's just my opinion. I do have friends who are really, really into this stuff. Um, but it's interesting, I guess. But I think it's delusional, and but who the fuck cares? Like, if I'm wrong, just show me the line to get in so I can be fucking mulched into energy for the next super intelligence. Fucking goddamn it! It makes me mad. Everything angers me. Except you, Joe. Only you. You are my only friend. And this gun. This gun is my friend. And this hand. Nah, fuck that hand. Fucking bullshit. Fucking hands. You can tell me about hands. What else? Oh, I guess this will be my last thing I'll talk about. For some reason, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But oh yeah, I'm doing a digital inking demo. Enjoy. Look at that. Look at that crisp, nice line. Oh man, what time is it? 12? Fuck you. All right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was thinking about a couple things. And it was mainly a disclosure. I really do enjoy my alien conspiracy theories and my alien, worldview. It's I've always, I always believed, even as a young lad, that aliens would one day come and take vengeance on my enemies, which is the entire human race. And I would watch it in glee as they slaughter the pigs known as mankind. So I've always been into aliens. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? But I do not want disclosure to happen under this current administration and this fucking government. I do not want that. I don't want it to happen now. And I fear like everything I've not wanted to happen for the majority of my life just ends up happening. It's fucking awful. But yeah, like I do not want to hear this motherfucker who I shall not name go like, the little people are real, folks, or yeah, or declare tariffs on fucking the alien super intelligence or alien race that has been probing our humanity since the 1980s and beyond. That would suck. Yeah, it would be funny if we find out through the tariffs that he's like, Alpha Centauri, we got a trade deficit with you, so we're slapping on tariffs. Like little green men, folks, but they're not green, they're gray. Little Marco, but littler. Littler. You know what? I should give up talking. I can't pronounce shit. Littler, like, like. But yeah, so you'd say like they're little, smaller than little Marco, and you'd embarrass. It'd be the most embarrassing way to find out there's life on other fucking planets. Alpha Centauri. They don't buy American, but we buy a lot of stuff from them. A lot of technology. A lot of stuff. But they buy none of our stuff. That's fuck, we live in hell. And yeah, so definitely disclosure is gonna fucking happen. This is all gonna fucking happen. It's like, yeah, there's life on planets other than our own. And let me tell you, folks, they vote Republican. And, fuck. Anyways, so yeah, that's outside of my comics, that's a real concern. I really, really want my, you know what? I want to get rid of Citizen United, get money out of politics for the elections. But also, I want politics out of my alien conspiracies, because every time I fucking see some of the, not that they're, maybe it's not, but it just seems like a lot of the UFO community, they might be a little bit more right wing than left wing, and I want the alien conspiracies to be more about popular with, fuck it, I don't care. Maybe it's what, whoever's willing to be on Ancient Aliens or Unsealed Alien Files and share their knowledge. I am welcome. I do not judge. This is not a political show. This is a show about art and art making. Mainly about comic books I'm reading. But I think we can all agree. What I was going to say is I want to get politics out of my UFO conspiracies. But maybe they're not in there. Maybe I'm just a, maybe I'm just a boy in America, trying to live his life one day at a time, trying to educate the American youth through digital inking videos on how to be a better American, and also trying to at times take naps because you're always fucking exhausted. That'd be great if there's a kids show and the person's just like fucking, just, maybe that's what I should do. I should just do a kid show and then just break down each episode. It'd be like Bob Ross, except terrible. Like someone who just can't actually paint. And you just be like, all right, so we're gonna draw a happy cloud. All right. Okay, so now that is a cloud, and look, I'm just putting it in, and and then just fuck. All right, cut that. All right, kids. That would. I mean, I guess you couldn't broadcast that because you can't show older person cussing, even maybe at the painting, but in front of kids. That would be a bad show. But you could do like a seminar at, your community center or your local community center. If you want to do this, if you want to do this bit, this is what you do. Get a community center, and you're like, hey, I'm going to do a painting demo or a painting class for kids, show them the wonders of art, of self-expression and problem solving. And then you set it up, have all the kids, you welcome them, and then you just start slowly losing it while you're trying to draw and paint in front of them, and then you go like, hey, paint. Do you know what? Paint Wolverine, paint Batman, paint Dragon Ball Z, or what's another cartoon? I don't know. Do you know the G.I. Joe? Paint them. And the person just goes, hey, all right. And then the kids just start roasting you. And then you just start crying. A grown man cry in front of... This is going to be my workshop that I'm going to use to fund my next Death of Power. I'm going to stop with the Kickstarters. I'm going to do the... I'm gonna do in-person kid events on the wonders of art. All right, so you guys like Superman? Everyone? Oh, you want me to draw Superman? Okay. Just like the tears. Yeah, I think that's also what I'm gonna be doing in this next my next couple years to get me through this crazy time. I'm gonna joke about child abuse. That what makes me laugh. Maybe I should cut that one. Yeah, people tend to not like child abuse. I don't either. Want to make that clear. But I do like the idea of an adult, crying and yelling at artwork in front of students. I think that's funny. And also, they say, write what you know. Yeah, you gotta work on your on what you know. You gotta know stuff. Also, what else? I think that's it. I should probably stop. Or I could keep going. Maybe I'll just make a 3-hour long video. Just this digital inking demo is pretty fucking rad. Yeah, I would like to do more of the animatics, or what I'm calling animatics are the kind of trailers I've been making. I've done it for the Junji Ito's Uzumaki and also G.I. Joe and this awesome Assad Ribic Conan book. I really wish I had more time to do those. I think, I like that process, and making those videos, it's kind of cool when you're editing up and turning the panels from the comic into a video or something, a very super limited form of animation where there's actually no animation, but you know what I mean. When you're doing that, you're really looking at the same imagery over and over and over again, which when you're doing one of someone who's a master artist like Assad Ribic or Junji Ito, it's like I was really picking up on like different elements and little subtle techniques. It was really good learning experience, I felt. But I would like to do more of those. Those take a little bit longer than my pseudo review videos where I read a comic. Um, yeah, so the animatics take about 3 days to make, or 2 to 3 days. The video review, they're not really reviews. They're just me showing the books I like and reading them, and trying to get a sense of that sequential storytelling. Um, those review videos, though, or what I call review videos, they take about half a day to do. That's the plan. And this is just my way of trying to adapt to the unfortunate, to the new technology and the changing ecosystem of social media. And I've always been terrible on social media. I'm not good. I do not. I I have an innate fear of it. Well, people. um, and yeah, I just think there's a lot of negatives, obviously, but it's also at this stage a necessity and something publishers expect. Um, so that's always been a challenge for me. Like I do feel pretty self-conscious about that. It does make me insecure whenever approaching a publisher because they're always going to want to know like what your following is, and for whatever reason, maybe it's because it's maybe beyond showing that you have a already a built-in fandom of who will buy the book, who they can make money off of. It also maybe shows a level of commitment to the person's professionalism or business sense or engagement, um, and in being a business, um, or a representative of a business, which is usually what I guess I would consider a writer or artist for a book publisher. Um, but anyways, that's where I'm at right now. The Yeah, I'm tired. I'm just you know what? Sometimes you just want to take a nap, but you can't nap. You can't sleep. This is gonna be the conversation I'm gonna have with my kids' workshop too. Sometimes, kids, you can't fall asleep, and that can be your most creative moment. What do you think of, kids, when you think of the color red? What does it represent? Jimmy? What do you think it represents? Jimmy? No, stand up, Jimmy. This is gonna be I can't wait. I'm gonna really make some fucking I'm gonna make some fucking Picassos. What was I talking about? I think I might be done. I don't know if this is gonna be a success or not. But so I hope you learned something from digital inking here. And I am going to be like putting together some more videos. There is a really cool Kickstarter uh, for Transformers, that's Skybound, who is just doing an amazing job with the Hasbro properties. They have a big Kickstarter where they're doing compendiums of, the first, I think, 50 issues of the U.S., that is the United States of America. Virgin, Transformer comics, but they also have the UK comics. So the first 50 pages of this. So I guess like the UK had a really big, popular Transformer comic, like one of these comics. Look at this shit, man. Wee! Foot! Woo! 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 Ooh, I'm right in the foot. So Transformers, G.I. Joe. And yeah, no, it looks cool. I mean, it's too expensive for my blood, but I recommend checking it out. And I do want to look at some more of the new Joe comics. So that's it. I thank you for being a part of this inaugural episode. And like and subscribe.